Unlock Your Brain is a book that helps you to be smarter. This is a good read if you want to become smarter. It's a self-help book which tells you about 15 daily habits to follow in order to make your brain work better. The author of this book, Dr. Shefali Saba, is a psychologist who has worked with people from all over the world. She is also the founder of a mindfulness institute. So let's get started and see what are these 15 daily habits. Number 1, use positive self-talk. We all have an inner voice inside our head, a little voice that keeps on talking. Sometimes it says nice things, and sometimes it says not so nice things. Whatever it says can affect how we feel and act. When we say nice things to ourselves, like, I am enough, or I am doing well, we feel good. When we say bad things to ourselves, like, I am stupid, or I always mess up, we feel bad. The way we talk to ourselves affects how we think, feel, and behave. It even affects how well our body works. That's why it's important to use positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is when we say kind and encouraging things to ourselves. It's like having a friend who always says nice things and makes us feel good about ourselves. Using positive self-talk can help us learn new things, solve problems, and reach our goals. It can also make us feel happier and more confident. So how can we use positive self-talk in our daily lives? First, we need to be aware of our negative self-talk. Pay attention to the things you say to yourself when you're feeling down or facing a challenge. Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you using negative and judgmental language? Once we become aware of our negative self-talk, we can start to challenge these thoughts. Ask yourself if they're really true and helpful. Often our negative thoughts are not based on facts, but on our feelings and opinions. For example, if you get a bad grade on a test, you might think, I am stupid. But is this really true? Maybe you just didn't study enough, or you are feeling sick on the day of the test. Being more aware of your negative thoughts and where they come from can help you change them into more positive and helpful thoughts. You can also use positive affirmations to help you change your negative thoughts. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to remind yourself of your worth and abilities. For example, every morning you could say, I am smart and capable, or I can achieve my goals with hard work and dedication. It might feel awkward at first, but over time, it will become more natural. Remember, positive self-talk is a habit that takes practice. Be patient with yourself and keep working at it. The more you do it, the more it will become a part of who you are. Number 2, think before you speak. Have you ever said something and then regretted it? I have. It can feel good to say what's on your mind, but sometimes it can hurt others or make situations worse. That's why it's important to think before we speak. When we think before we speak, we can choose what to say carefully. We can consider how our words might affect others and whether they're helpful or kind. This can help us build stronger relationships and avoid misunderstandings. We can also show respect and consideration for others by taking the time to think before we speak. It's not always easy to think before we speak. Sometimes our emotions get the best of us and we say things without thinking. However, with practice and self-awareness, we can learn to pause and reflect on our words before we say them. This can help us become better communicators and build better relationships with those around us. Number 3, learn new things. Learning new things can help us stay sharp and improve our problem-solving skills. It also helps us to stay flexible and adaptable in changing situations. When we learn new things, we challenge our brains to make new connections and adapt to new information. This can help us become more creative and find new ways of doing things. Learning new things doesn't have to be difficult or stressful. It can be fun and rewarding. There are many ways to learn new things. We can take classes, watch tutorials, read books, or simply ask others who are experts in certain areas. We can also learn from our mistakes and experiences. The most important thing is to be curious and open to learning. Don't be afraid to try new things and step out of your comfort zone. You never know what you might discover. Number 4, declutter your space. When our surroundings are messy and cluttered, it can be hard to focus and feel overwhelmed. A clean and organized space can help us feel calm and in control. Decluttering our space can also help us be more productive. When we have a clear and clutter-free space, we can find what we need easily and use our time wisely. It can also help us be more creative and innovative. When we have a clean and organized space, we have fewer distractions and can focus on our work. This can allow us to think more clearly and come up with new ideas. Decluttering our space can also help us feel more connected to our surroundings. When we have a clean and organized space, we can appreciate the things around us more and feel a sense of pride in our surroundings. This can make us feel more grounded and focused on the present moment. Number 5, set short-term goals. Short-term goals are targets that you want to achieve in a short period. They should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Having short-term goals can help us focus on what is important and make progress towards our long-term goals. Short-term goals can also help us stay motivated. When we achieve a short-term goal, it gives us a sense of accomplishment and makes us want to achieve more. They can also help us track our progress and celebrate our successes. By setting short-term goals, we can break down our long-term goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This can make our long-term goals seem less daunting and more achievable. Overall, short-term goals can be a powerful tool for achieving success. By setting short-term goals and working hard to achieve them, you can make progress towards your long-term goals and achieve your dreams. Number 6, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation for what we have. When we practice gratitude, we focus on the positive aspects of our lives and express thanks for them. Practicing gratitude can help us appreciate the good things in our lives. When we focus on the positive, we are more likely to be happy and satisfied with our lives. Gratitude can also help us reduce negative emotions, such as envy, resentment, and bitterness. When we are grateful for what we have, we are less likely to compare ourselves to others and feel negative emotions towards them. Practicing gratitude can also help us improve our relationships. When we express gratitude towards others, we are showing them that we appreciate and value them. This can make our relationships stronger and more fulfilling. There are many ways to practice gratitude. We can keep a gratitude journal, write thank you notes, or simply take some time each day to reflect on the things we are grateful for. No matter how we practice gratitude, the important thing is to make it a habit. Number 7, take care of your body. Taking care of our body is essential to our overall health and well-being. It helps us maintain physical fitness, prevents diseases, and improves our mood and energy levels. One way to take care of our body is by eating healthy foods. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein can provide us with the necessary nutrients to keep our bodies functioning optimally. Another way to take care of our body is by exercising regularly. Physical activity can improve our cardiovascular health, strengthen our muscles and bones, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. It can also improve our sleep, mood, and cognitive function. Getting enough sleep is also crucial to taking care of our body. Sleep helps our body repair and restore itself, and it is essential for maintaining optimal physical and mental health. Most adults need around 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Number 8. Connect with others. Connecting with others is important for our mental health and well-being. It helps us feel a sense of belonging, reduces stress, and provides us with emotional support. We can connect with others in many ways, such as through social media, in-person interactions, or by joining clubs or groups based on our interests. We can also volunteer or participate in community events to meet new people and build relationships. Number 9. Don't blame others. Blaming others can cause us to miss out on learning from our mistakes. When we blame someone else, we are not taking responsibility for our own actions, and that can prevent us from growing and improving. Instead, it's important to accept responsibility for our own choices and the consequences that follow. This can help us become more self-aware and develop better problem-solving skills. Accepting responsibility also allows us to focus on finding solutions rather than placing the blame. By taking responsibility and focusing on solutions, we can move forward and make positive changes in our lives. Number 10. Embrace challenges. Embracing challenges can help us develop resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from adversity. Resilience is an important skill that can help us overcome difficult situations and setbacks in life. By embracing challenges, we can learn how to manage our emotions, problem solve, and adapt to new circumstances. We can also learn to appreciate the positive aspects of our lives and develop a positive mindset. Embracing challenges can also help us grow personally and professionally. When we face and overcome challenges, we can gain new skills, knowledge, and confidence. This can lead to new opportunities and help us achieve our goals. Number 11. Keep learning. Keeping learning can help us stay mentally sharp and improve our cognitive abilities. It can also help us keep our minds active and engaged, which can reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. There are many ways to keep learning, such as taking courses, reading books, attending workshops, or simply exploring new hobbies and interests. We can also learn from everyday experiences by being curious and asking questions. Number 12. Seek feedback. Seeking feedback can help us identify areas for improvement and develop strategies to address them. Feedback can also provide us with new perspectives and insights that we may not have considered before. It can help us become more self-aware and understand how our behavior affects others. To seek feedback effectively, it is important to be open-minded, receptive, and willing to make changes. We can ask for feedback from friends, family, colleagues, or mentors, or we can take anonymous surveys or use feedback forms. Number 13. Take breaks. Taking breaks can help us relax and recharge, which can improve our focus and productivity. It can also help us reduce stress and prevent burnout. When we take breaks, we give our minds a chance to rest and process information, which can lead to increased creativity and problem-solving abilities. We can take breaks by stepping away from our work, going for a walk, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in other relaxing activities. Number 14, visualize success. Visualizing success can help us clarify our goals and focus our attention on achieving them. It can also help us build confidence and reduce anxiety, which can lead to better performance. When we visualize success, we are creating a positive mental image of ourselves achieving our desired outcome. This can help us stay motivated and inspired, even when faced with obstacles and setbacks. Number 15, reward yourself. Rewarding ourselves can help us reinforce positive behaviors and achievements. When we reward ourselves, we are acknowledging and appreciating our efforts, which can boost our confidence and motivation. It can also help us celebrate our successes and make positive changes in our lives. Rewards can be small gestures of self-care, such as taking a relaxing bath or indulging in a favorite hobby, or they can be larger rewards for significant achievements. These are the 15 daily habits that you must follow according to the book Unlock Your Brain. Follow these habits and unlock your brain's true potential. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family if you found it valuable. Thank you for watching.